Hey everyone, how are you guys doing? I am so excited, guys, because we're back for another live. If you guys are tuning in for the first time, I am Jamae Jackson. I am the founder and editor-in-chief of The Blonde Misfit. You can literally check me out at The Blonde Misfit everywhere you tune in, on all of the socials. I am also The Blonde Misfit here on Amazon, and I am so excited to welcome you guys back to another Amazon Live shopping edition with your girl. I hope you guys are having a great Thursday. And shout out to all of you who literally came in on a Thursday evening versus a Friday. I usually do these shows on Friday, but tomorrow I'm actually traveling out of town for a nice little 3-day getaway. I have a speaking engagement on Saturday. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Let me know in the comments below if actually nighttime is better for you all. I'm sure people kind of get settled in a little bit more. You know, you've put the kids to bed, you've gone on an HO dinner, you're doing all the good stuff, right? Because I don't mind actually doing this. In fact, this is when I get the most creative. So let me know. Also, if this is your first time tuning in, please don't be shy. Drop it down in the comments below who you are, where you're from, what you're repping, and if there's a particular product that you're really excited about, because I get excited about all these things. A lot of people do know I love to shop. And one of the things I love is, especially about Amazon, is that you can get so many amazing beauty products right here on the website. So throughout the show, I'm going to be showing you guys some of the products that I use specifically to keep a face, a wonderful makeup face in the summertime. And everything is going to be linked in that carousel down below. So you have two responsibilities, okay? Well, technically 3. Number 1, a lot of people like to mute while we do these Amazon lives. I want to make sure that you guys absolutely stay tuned and that you hear everything that I'm talking about. So don't forget to unmute. And then also, make sure you go on and hit that follow button. It's a little button that's right here underneath me. You want to go on and follow my shop on Amazon. I would be so appreciative. And what it's going to do is it's going to send you out notifications. And so whenever I go live, whenever things happen, you guys will be the first to know, okay? So those are your 2 tasks and responsibilities. Make sure you follow the page and also make sure you go on and unmute. So with that being said, let's talk a little bit about makeup, okay? I don't know about you all, but I still like to have a makeup look in the summertime. One, I do a lot of camera appearances. I'm on camera a lot. I'm usually shooting a lot of content, but also I might go out with the girls, go out with my boyfriend, what have you. And I always kind of want to make sure I look put together. But the way that this heat is set up, I don't know. It gets really, really hot here in New York, but I'm sure wherever you are at tuning in, it's pretty warm. And so I know a lot of people who kind of opt to not wear makeup during the summertime, but you don't have to do that anymore. So I am constantly giving compliments about my makeup, and thank you all so much for those of you who compliment me. But I want to go on and show you guys some of the beauty products that you can pick up right now on Amazon that to me are pretty affordable, but then also are just really, really great quality, right? So they're approachable. You can get them on Amazon. You get that 2-day shipping if you're a Prime member, and then also they are going to make sure that your makeup lasts all day long. All right, so cool. Let's hop into the first product. This is something that I have been using this brand and this product for a number of years, and I have tried many different primers, but there is nothing that takes the cake for me, and it is the Milk. Oops. Oh goodness, sorry guys, dropping things already. Okay, well, I don't know what we dropped, but that's besides the point. So the first product is the Milk Hydro Grip Primer that looks just like this. I love it so much. I actually have 2 of them that sit right here on my desk. If you didn't know what a primer is, a primer essentially is the first, I would say, layer you're going to put on before you go in with your makeup. So if you want your makeup to last, you sort of want to put a barrier between your bare skin and the product, right? Another reason why you would want to use a primer is because it's really effective at creating that barrier so that your makeup isn't getting as deep into your pores. Now, if you're someone who wears makeup and you have noticed that you break out a lot, maybe one of the things that you want to do is implement a primer. Now, even if you don't break out, or you just tend to find that you are fully okay without a primer, the reason why you would also want to introduce a primer is because certain primers, depending on the formulation, will make sure that your makeup adheres and sticks to. So what does that mean, Jamae? That means that I am more bound because of the Milk Hydro Grip Primer for my makeup to last, because the makeup is going to stick to the primer. Now, I'm going to go on and show you guys really quickly what it looks like. If I can get in the frame. I don't know if we're going to get in the frame there, but if you guys can see that a little bit, it is kind of clear, so you won't see too much. But it's a very tacky type of primer, which I like. Now, for some people, they may think that like, okay, I don't really want a tacky primer. Jamae can feel kind of heavy or sticky. But here's where I do. Here's what I do. I take a little bit and I put just enough on my fingers, and then I literally press it into the skin. I only put primer on places where I want a little bit more coverage, or where I think that I'm going to need a little bit more support. So in previous lives, I've talked about I have oily skin. I do have oily skin in my T-zone area, so right around here, down the bridge of my nose, around my mouth area. That is where I get oily. The rest of my face is usually combination or flexible, so I don't really necessarily need a primer for coverage, because I'm less concerned about the makeup breaking up there. But guys, let me just tell you, I absolutely love this primer. I love that it's tacky. I love that it's really great. You can use this if you just are putting on powder. You can use this if you're going for a full-on glam. But one thing I will definitely say is that primers matter, okay? And if you're thinking about how you can make your makeup last in the summertime, especially with the heat, when you're going to be outside and the sun is going to be doing what the sun does, and you're going to be sweating and all the other liquids and whatever else, you want to make sure that you have something that's going to help adhere the makeup to your skin. So again, this is the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. Another alternative that I will quickly call out, I do not have this on hand because I actually just ran out not too long ago, is the e.l.f. Hydrating Primer. And this one is particularly good if you have dry skin. So many of you may know that I have recently talked about how my skin has been exceptionally dry since I had surgery a few months ago because of certain medications. One of the things that I had to immediately do was sort of change what kind of skincare and certain products that I was putting on my face, because I had products that were naturally geared towards more of a combination oily kind of girl, and now I'm a dry kind of girl, but I still can have oily tendencies, okay? It's a whole mixture of feelings and emotions, all right? But the e.l.f. Hydrating Primer is so great. First of all, it is only $6.71 on Amazon. Like, you cannot beat that. And if you are trying to figure out an entryway primer to try, I would definitely recommend this. Even if you don't have dry skin, if you have combination oily or like oily prone skin, I would still recommend this product, because a hydrating product only just adds moisture and hydration. It's not going to make you greasy, but it's really going to make sure that you sort of are moisturized from within, if that makes sense. So e.l.f. is a wonderful brand. You guys can click right there in the carousel below and shop all the products as I'm talking about them. But again, the Milk Hydro Grip Primer is my number 1. The e.l.f. Hydrating Facial Primer is my number 2. It's also really great because both of these are TSA approved. And trust me, I have checked all of my beauty products to make sure that nothing is going to get flagged when I go through security, okay? So these are TSA approved sizing. You can throw them right in your traveler bag, your weekender bag if you're going on a trip. But again, if you want your makeup to last, the first step that you need to do is introduce a primer. And also, if you are now just tuning in, welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in, take a seat, okay? Get yourself a drink. Let's go on and get some shopping done. I am Jamae, founder of The Blonde Misfit, and I am so excited to have you guys here. Drop it in the comments below if there's a product that you're super excited about, or who you are, where you're repping from, and also ask any questions. I would love for you guys to ask me any questions about any of the products that I'm talking about today, and I will answer them. All right, cool. So the next product that I want to talk about is more of a tool. This is really important because I find that tools are how you can kind of differentiate when you put makeup on. So for instance, if you have a foundation, let's say, how you apply it is going to be determined by the tools that you use. And so a lot of times you're not just putting it on your fingers and you're applying it, right? Like there are some people who do that, and that totally is fine if that's your ministry, but it is not mine because I don't like things on my fingers. I just feel like no, I would much rather apply it with something. So one of the things that I picked up a long time ago and I absolutely love are the Real Techniques brush. Or it's a brush kit right now that is currently $19.99 on Amazon. And guys, when I tell you I pulled out one of them today. Don't mind her because obviously I've been using her. That's why she's a little brown up here. But you guys, these brushes, first of all, for $19.99 you get 4 brushes, and then you also get 2 Real Techniques brush beauty blenders, which I'm going to also talk about momentarily. And like you getting all that for $19.99, you can do your whole face. You literally can. I love to use a brush like this more for buffing if I have a contour or if I want to set something, right? So you can use these to apply wet products or dry products, which are really, really great because again, if you are someone who has dry skin, you might be putting on more wet products versus if you were combination oily, you might go on with dry. You might have a combination of both, as do I. I'm going to be talking to you guys a little about more some products in a moment, but these are really, really great brushes. I love the quality of them as well. Oftentimes I find that people think that the more money you spend, that means the better of quality. And even though there is a case to be made about brushes, because I think that the measurement of a good brush is like how much of the hairs are breaking off. Look at this. I have had this brush, you guys, for at least 3 to 4 years. And there is not near a single hair off this thing, okay? She has been in it for the long count. And that is what I love. I love these brushes so much from Real Techniques. I love that this kit also has different types of brushes. So in this kit that I'm showing you guys, you have this one, which I said again is great for contouring, getting into the hollows of the cheek, maybe around your neck, also around your hairline, or even maybe down the bridge of your nose. You also have a more fluffier brush, which is great if you want to apply some setting powder or just something to set your makeup. There is a smaller brush that is really great for me for like nose contours or even in the eye. And then of course you have your sponges. And so I'm actually going to highlight the next product because I know sometimes people like just to get beauty sponges. I love a beauty blender. I love a beauty blender. I love a makeup sponge. Give them to me. Give them all. Okay. So I'm going to show you guys this. No judgment. Again, I use my products. Okay. So that's why she looks this way. If you're judging me, don't do that because you wouldn't like it if I told you about a product that I love and then it looked fresh out the box. Right? So you guys, I love these. And let me just say that these are an amazing, I don't want to say a dupe, but they're very comparable to the beauty blenders that you can buy at Sephora. Now, mind you, when you go to Sephora and you get those are $20. You can get 2 of these on Amazon right now for $4. I don't know about you all, but I think that that's a pretty good deal. First of all, let me explain a little bit more about how these work in case you've never used a beauty blender before. A makeup sponge or a makeup blender rather is something that you can use wet or dry. So for me, what I like to do is I like to use these to actually apply things like my foundation. I like to use it to get really up underneath that eye area, just like this. I might use the butt of this blender more to like pat around my actual face in like bigger spaces, or maybe even down my neck, because again, when we're applying product, it's really important to use great tools. Then from there, what I might do is then take this to actually contour or really kind of get a seamless blend. And then I'll go in usually with my powders, which we're going to talk about. Don't worry. You know your girl got you. Okay. What I also love about these is that they are good for water. So one of the things that I sometimes will do, and tell me in the comments if this has happened to you before, because I know it has surely happened to me. Sometimes you've applied too much powder and now you're looking a little ghostly. You're not really looking like you're on this side of earth anymore. And so sometimes what I like to do is I like to run these under the faucet squeeze them out, squeeze out the excess water, and then just kind of touch my makeup in. What it does is it sets that powder back in, and it kind of brings life back into the face. I absolutely love these Real Technique brushes. I think that they are so great. And again, you can't beat the price of 2 of them for $4. Or again, if you want to, you can go on and get the whole kit, the two sponges, and then also the 4 brushes all together for $19.99. Real Techniques is a wonderful brand that is very makeup friendly, and I love that it's just very affordable and approachable. Now, one of the last things I want to quickly point out is if you are someone who you want a lot of makeup sponges, you can get these by Beaky. They are 5 pieces and they are $9.99. So like, again, it's just the deals on deals on deals. Okay, normally they're $10.99. Right now you would get them for 9% off at $9.99. You get 5 of them in a bag. And I know you're probably wondering, well, Jamae, why do I need all 5? You could use all 5 for different things. You could use some for applying your foundation, others for applying your concealer. You might use some for your setting powders to actually set your face in. I'm going to show you guys these last 2. I literally have run through about 3 bags of these because I have 3 dogs at home who love to eat these and play with them. So make sure you store your makeup sponges, okay? But I want to just quickly highlight so you guys can see a little bit of the difference between these and the Real Technique brushes. Now, obviously, I would recommend you get both because I think they both are great. But really, the biggest difference is sizing. So as you can see, this one is more of like an egg shape situation versus the Real Techniques, which has that little drop. Again, I guess we call this the butt of the makeup sponge. In the shape. Now, this one might look a little bit bigger, and that is because this is actually slightly damp. I did use this one today as I applied my makeup, but if I were to run this under the water, it would swell. So don't get intimidated by the sizing of these. They actually get bigger if you run them over some water and just kind of like squeeze them out like this. But again, for $9.99, I can definitely get 5 of them, and I would definitely use different ones for different parts of my face. Also, if you are a clean freak / someone who kind of freaks out about like makeup products, these are washable, okay? Not in the washer and dryer, okay? So do not go putting these up in the washer, all right? But what you would do is you can absolutely put these in a glass of hot water with maybe some dish detergent or some soap. You can actually put them in the microwave and then like for like 15 seconds or less, and then actually wash them out. I do this all the time. I'm absolutely a huge proponent of washing your makeup brushes and your sponges so that you do not harbor bacteria. But again, you absolutely need brushes. Now, I love these. I love these so much. So again, guys, I'm going to hop over into the next product. But before I do, I want to quickly recap that you can go one of 3 ways for this. You can get the Real Techniques, the kit that has 4 different makeup brushes as well as 2 sponges for $19.99. You can get just the 2 Real Techniques makeup sponges for $4. I mean, you guys, what? See, I know I had to look at my notes again. This is why. They are normally $8.99, but right now they are 56% off. Now, I don't know about you guys, but whenever I start to see high numbers of things percent off, I just feel like, oh, now I need to get it. It might not even be anything that I really need, but I'm like, when are you ever going to see a price this low again? Who knows? But what I do know is you can get 2 of them for $4 right now. So definitely make sure you add these to cart because I don't know how much longer it's going to last. And then lastly, you can get the Beaky for 5-piece set for $9.99. Also a little bit on sale, 9% off. It was previously $10.99. Now it's $9.99. One of the things that I love about all 3 of these are that they have such high ratings on Amazon. Now, I read the ratings. I hope you guys do too. I read the ratings, okay? And I just want to attest that out of these 3 that I just talked about, Beaky does have over 79,000 reviews on Amazon. And she's sitting definitely above 4 stars. So, I mean, if you need receipts, the receipts are right there. Amazon shoppers seem to love it. Amazon customers seem to be picking it up. Real Techniques is just something that I love. And it's like, why would you go somewhere else to get it when you can get it right here on Amazon? You know what I mean? Okay, cool. So now that we got that out the way, because that is very important, I want to talk about a product that I have been using since high school. Now, it's really interesting because I previously was a beauty editor and I tested a lot of makeup products out, guys. And I have tried so many brow pencils, but there is only one that has my heart. And I've tried to date other brow pencils before. I've done gels, I've done pomades, I've done everything. But I love this product and I want to give it a shout out so that you guys can pick it up too. And that is the Milani Easy Brow Automatic Pencil. Now, one of these bad boys is $6.32. It looks just like this, if I can put it in frame. Now, as you can see, you have two sections. You have the part that actually applies the product, but then you also have the spoolie here on the end. Now, what I like to do is when I do my eyebrows, I like to go on and shape my brows with the spoolie, and then I like to go in with the actual brow pencil. Now, you might be asking, Jamae, what is it about this brow pencil that you love so much? It is a wonderful blend between slightly creamy, but not watery. So it's not tough. You know how some brow pencils you're like dragging, it feels like, to sort of get something like in there? This is not it at all. A lot of product is in here for only $6. And considering I am someone who always is going to wear my brows if I go outside, I might as well have a good pencil. You know what I mean? I might as well have something good. You know what I mean? So I love this product so much. Again, this has been one of those that I've been using since high school. So a decade plus in the game. And I remember when I couldn't find this in the drugstores anymore, I was so heartbroken until I found them on Amazon. So this is one of those products that I will forever use. It will always be with me. I love when, I go and get my makeup done and they use other products to just see what else is out there. But this is what I always personally go back to. Now, one of the other things I want to quickly note about this product is that it does come in a variety of different colors. So right now, I always get the dark brown. This is the Easy Brow shade in number 2, dark brown. They also have one in a lighter brown. So if you have lighter hairs as your eyebrows, or if you are maybe of a lighter complexion, or if you just have maybe you just kind of want your brows to be a little bit lighter, they are different colors and stuff here for you. But just for you guys, just for context, I like to use a dark brown. It's dark enough where it really kind of meshes in with my natural brow color, but it's not so dark that it looks black, because that's not cute. That's not what we want. Okay. We want our brows to look nice and natural. My brows have been growing recently. I don't really know what's been going on with that, but I've been getting a lot more of a fluffy kind of brow, as you can probably see. And this product has been a game changer for me in my new brow era. But again, if you are someone who you really would like a good brow, you want to just kind of look groomed, polished, put together, the Milani Easy Brow Pencil is honestly the brow pencil to get, okay? I know there are a lot of other ones out there on the market and they all, do their own respective thing, but she is top tier and I support her, okay? Cool. So, if you guys are just tuning in, welcome, welcome, welcome. I am Jamae. I am the founder of TheBlondeMisfit. The wonderful thing is you actually can follow me at TheBlondeMisfit on all of these channels right here. I'm going to go on and just throw them all down here on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, LinkedIn, and Pinterest. I am at TheBlondeMisfit. On LinkedIn, I am Jamae Jackson, but if you type in TheBlondeMisfit, I will come up. I'm so excited for you guys to join me, and today we are talking about makeup products that I absolutely recommend, especially if you want to stay sweat resistant, sweat proof in the summertime. So let's go on and hop right on back in. One of the makeup products that you guys know, if you have watched any of my videos before, if you have followed any of my beauty journey, you know there is one thing that if I get this right, I've got it all right. You know what it is? Concealer. Now, there's a couple of reasons why for this. I believe that you don't need foundations anymore to get a full coverage of makeup. The way concealers have stepped their game up, Concealers are no longer the little baby sister, okay? She is ready to rock and roll, and I am here for it. There are many days when I'm getting on camera, whether I'm speaking with clients or I'm just regularly talking, you know, I'm on the phone, I'm on FaceTime, I'm creating IG stories, I'm hopping on Facebook, whatever have you. And I just really want like this area right here to look awake. Okay. Are there any other self-proclaimed insomniacs listening to me right now? Anyone who might not be, maybe is not sleeping as much as they should, and you kind of want to like give the appearance that you look like you're awake, that you look like you're brightened, all that stuff. If it's you, like, leave it in the chat. It's really okay. I am not judging. We are here together, okay? So for me, I always like to say that I look immediately more put together when my under eye just looks brighter and like I just look more awake. And one of the ways that I do that is by using a concealer, usually a more full coverage concealer that you can sheer out. Now, some people have asked me in the past, Jamae, should I use a full coverage concealer or should I build up? And it's really up to you. Me personally, I love to use a more full coverage concealer with my makeup sponges and even my brushes to sheer it out if I want a more natural look. But I like to go in all gun swinging. Okay, I just like to do that. So the first product that I want to highlight is an OG. If you have been doing your makeup at any point ever in the last 10 years, you should know all about this product. This is the LA Girl HD Concealer. And you guys, I have two of them right now. Now, I know you're probably looking at these and you're like, Jamae, neither of these are your skin tone. And they're not. And they're not. But I'm going to show you in a second why specifically I go on and get these. These, I want to go on and shout out. This is the Peach Corrector. This is GC994. And then this is the shade Warm Honey, GC982. LA Girl HD Concealer is still top tier concealer. Even though it is so affordable, comparable to other concealers. So the one that I'm highlighting right now, you actually get three of them for $9.95, and there's over 1,000 ratings and reviews on Amazon right now. So what I want to show you guys is a little bit about how this works. And so LA Girl is just one of those thicker concealers, but there's a way to work with her. Okay, so I'm going to show you. So when you first get it, let's make sure that she's on the right way for you all. When you first get it, you just go on a screw. This is what the top looks like. And what you would do is you would just literally just squeeze and press down. Now, what you then go in with is you can put it directly on the skin. You can put it on your hand, the back of your hand, and then build your way up. What I like to do is I actually like to set it. So I will literally go in right under my eyes. Don't take it too far up. Like, don't place it up here, because you're going to sheer it out. So put it a little bit further down on both sides, and then also wherever else you want coverage. And so for me, I like for this part to look kind of snatched. I like down the bridge of my nose to look a little snatched, and then I also like a little bit of highlight just like right in there. You can go on and use these, and then what you would then do, see, I'm telling you, all the products work together. Then you would take your Real Techniques brush, damp it up a little bit. I said brush, but this is the sponge. Damp it up a little bit, and then you would go on and sheer it out. And literally, you will witness. You know what I'm going to do? Y'all are probably like, Jamae, stop talking. Let me see it for myself, okay? Let's see if we can. I'm going to just do as an example here. There we go. Okay, so here we go. Again, I know it looks pretty light. If you want that bright under eye, you will need to go a couple of shades up, okay? So don't go too many. Like, if you are even like significantly more chocolate than I am, maybe you wouldn't go for this. But like maybe go up 2 to 3 shades lighter than your natural skin tone. That's if you want a bright under eye. Now, if you want a normal under eye color, just go with your normal color, okay? So bam. So here we have her. She's thick, she's healthy, she's good. We're gonna then take our Real Techniques sponge, again, lightly damp, and then I'm gonna just show you guys what you would do. You would literally pat, do not swipe, okay? No swiping. Swiper, no swiping, to quote Dora the Explorer, because clearly I'm a child, right? But what you would do is you would take your brush and you would just literally work it in. And you see how it's naturally shearing out the product right there? You see it right here, right? This is where it is when it's concentrated. This is as it is as it's getting sheared. So I'm gonna just keep patting it just for like a quick second. And as you guys can see, we've already blended it into the skin. Now, obviously I could keep going a little bit more and get in, you know, keep working it in. But as you guys can see now, look at her. She's blended right on into my skin. And honestly, after I then go in with a setting powder and set it, it's there. Now, you might be asking, Jamae, why particularly this product? There's a reason. I just love that it's more full coverage. I love, again, that it is affordable. I love that it is really approachable and it's really user-friendly. One of the things that people tell me all the time is that they're afraid that, like, it's going to be a little bit too hard for them to use the product, and I don't think that that's the case at all. These are super easily usable, no matter if you are a makeup pro or if you are a makeup beginner. You can get a variety of colors, and what you also can do is get like the peach tones that I have here. I also have the one in brown, which is really, brown, the one that's like a little bit more red to help with hyperpigmentation and discoloration. And again, LA Girl has just been doing it for so long. They've been doing it for so well. They do it so well. And this particular set, again, is 3 of them for $9.95. Now, as a quick shout out, I do want to just highlight my Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer. I have so much love in my heart for this concealer that I'm really surprised I actually used the last little bit like the other day when I was doing my makeup, and I was so hurt. So I actually am going to be buying some more after this live. Okay, make sure you shop all of the products that I'm talking about down in the carousel below. Also, make sure you guys are following me if you aren't already. Look, if this is your 3rd time tuning in, because we've been doing this for 3 weeks now and you're still not following me, what's going on? Come on, we're not dating anymore. We want to go together, right? Make sure you go on and follow me so you never miss any notifications of when I go live. Now, back to this concealer. The Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer is top tier. And even though she is a little bit more expensive than the LA Girl, what I will say is that the main differentiator is that the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer, one, has a slightly different formulation, so it's more of like a medium approachable. So what that means is you could put it on and you can build up to full coverage, but you're not going to get that like from the jump. And a lot of people like that because if you're trying to go for a more natural look, you kind of want to have like a barely there, like no makeup look. That is what you can do. Also, the applicator brush is slightly different. I wish I had an example to show you all. Let me see what's in my arsenal here. Okay, I'm going to show you guys an example of what the applicator brush looks like. This is not the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer though. Okay, I just want to quickly just note that. But the brush is very much so like this. In makeup, we call this a doe foot applicator brush because of the fact that it looks like a little doe foot, like, you know, like a little deer or whatever. And the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer has that kind of applicator. Now, the reason why I like that is because if you want to get all up in here, all up in them little crevices, all up in them wrinkles, all up in them under eyes, whatever you got going on, this baby can fix it, okay? She is here for the count and she has come to work. She's not clocking out early. She's going to stay her whole shift. All right. So I personally really love the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer because I think that I can get a little bit more of a zeroed in approach. The LA Girl Concealer is really good if you want more of a full coverage and you kind of also want to like take out larger spaces. So like for instance, if I wanted to cover all of this versus like just right under my eye. Concealer is my favorite part of my makeup routine. And there is a reason for it. I feel like it can shift the face, and honestly, if you put on a really good concealer base, you don't really need a lot of foundation, if any at all. Like, you guys, you see my face today? Tell me in the comments if you think my makeup looks good today. First of all, I would love the compliment. That would just be nice. But tell me if you really like the makeup, because I'm going to tell you the secret. I don't have any foundation on. I know you probably like, Jamae, what? I'm serious, girl. I'm serious, honey. I'm serious, boy. I'm serious, all of y'all. I have no foundation on. What I actually have is the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. I have the LA Girl Concealer sheared out that I used with my tools. And I also then put on a setting powder after, which we're going to get to. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten you guys. Look, you sticking with me, right? I haven't forgotten you. But I just like to go and show that you do not need a foundation per se to get a more full coverage look. Like, you guys know, look at that. You all know I was having a lot of breakouts. And so, like, the fact that, like, we can get this, the concealer, stick with me, I'll teach you some things. Okay, so we're going to move on to the next products. But just very quickly, I want to make sure you guys know the LA Girl HD Concealer is going to give you that radiant, almost like filtery look. It's going to just make you look decadent. And the great thing is they have an amazing shade range. So the pack that I have right now is only a 3-pack, but it's $9.95 and you can get that right there. Also, you can go on and pick up the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer for $27.99. It is currently 25% off, okay? So I told you she was a little bit more luxurious. She's a little bit extra, but she's worth every penny. There was a point in my life I had no less than 5 of these in my beauty arsenal. So the fact that I have misplaced them or I've run out is really hurting me spiritually. But they are $27.99, originally $37.12. They have almost 200 reviews on Amazon, and let me just tell you, she is that girl, okay? Now, we have gone on and talked about the makeup, but the real secret here is when you set it. Now, if you didn't know this, because I am very much so a person who I want to educate as I talk to you all and share with you guys different things that I've learned, not just as a beauty editor, but also as a content creator, as someone who creates content on different channels, etc. You have to set your face, okay? There is no getting around it. When you do your makeup, you can't just leave it there. You have to set it with something that is going to kind of lock that makeup in. And especially when you're using wet products, so a foundation or a wet concealer, those are things that then should be paired with something of a powder, usually, to really lock it in. Now, I'm not saying that a setting powder is something you have to absolutely do, because I have seen a lot of people, especially if you have dry skin, you might not want to put a powder on per se. But I will say this, a setting powder has the opportunity to introduce additional pigment and also really, really get your face looking good so you look like you have foundation on even when you don't. So I'm going to share with you guys a couple of my favorite setting powders, okay? I get as excited about setting powders as I do about concealer because I'm a nerd and we just love them. Oh, thank you guys so much. Oh, you love my makeup. Looks beautiful. Hey y'all. Thank you so much. But look, I'm telling you, this is what happens when you get a really good primer and when you do really good concealer work. You don't even need the foundation. And the reason why, I want to just quickly point this out. The reason why this is so important for me to share with you all is because maybe you don't want to wear a full coverage foundation. It's hot outside, y'all. I went and checked my mailbox today and I went back inside. I was like, the mail is going to have to wait till tomorrow. It is hot, okay? And so I completely understand that you may not necessarily want to put all these layers on your face. And so it's not always about layering to get a full coverage look, but it's about intentionally putting different products on so that you get that same result, even with like not as much work. Can I tell you exactly what is on my face right now? Absolutely. Can certainly do. So for my brows, I have the Milani brow pencil that is down in the carousel. I primed the face with my Milk Hydro Grip Primer. Again, this primer, 10 out of 10. I've used this primer for years. Will probably never switch primers. I've tried many other primers and I like them, but I feel like a primer is like a good shoe. If it fits, it fits. And this is one of those. It's slightly tacky, so less is more, but this is going to make sure your makeup adheres. From there, I used my LA Girl concealer to start under the eye. So literally what I did was I put my concealer in right around here, okay? You don't want to put it up too high because then you're going to get this really weird kind of cast thing going on. You don't want to put it too low because it's going to sheer out. So right around here, I would say sort of where like the hollows of your eyes start. And then what I did was I took my Real Techniques brush. I blend, 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 drop, 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 up, 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 down, 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 down. And then I went on and set my face. Now for this particular look, I set my face with 2 setting powders. One of them was my Fenty Beauty in the shade Honey that I'm going to show you all. And then also the second one for the rest of my face was Huda Beauty. So let me talk a little bit about the first one, which is Sasha Buttercup. Now, if you guys didn't know, Sasha is a Black-owned business, which I am very, very happy to support. You guys know I love to support my Black, brown, indigenous, LGBTQIA+ owned brands, especially on Amazon. And I love that Sasha just does a wonderful job. Now, this is an OG product, okay? Talk to makeup artists, talk to people who travel and do makeup. A lot of them probably have this in their kit. Now, a setting powder, again, you can use this to set the face, or you can actually use this on its own. So there are a lot of days where I actually don't put any makeup on whatsoever. I might fill in the brows, but I like to set the face because a setting powder can almost give that blur effect. You guys know what I mean. Almost like when it looks like, you know, you have a little bit of a filter on, but you don't. Now, the Sasha Buttercup, it comes in this shade. Ooh, sorry, y'all. It comes in this shade. And what you would literally do, I'm going to slightly tilt it, okay? I took the, I just want you all to know that there is a filter that comes on these. I took it off so I could get more product out. I would recommend that you keep it on if you're someone who you don't want a lot of product getting everywhere, but it really doesn't bother me. So as you can see, it's this beautiful yellow shade. And what I would do is I would take my Real Techniques brush, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to dip. And all you need is that. That's all you need. You don't need no more. Anything else like that, you're getting a little wild. Okay, you're getting a little frisky. We start small. Let's build our way up. Now, some people might tap it so that they can get the excess powder off, but I honestly like to use it because, again, I'm gonna really go around my face. And so from there, what I would do is I would then go on and set. I'm gonna just, I'm gonna do that for you guys. Look at me giving you guys some makeup so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Now, as you can see, I didn't put as much on here, but what I'm doing is I'm pressing it. Again, we do not swipe. The reason why is because when you start swiping, you'll actually start moving the product underneath it. Set it first, and then if you have excess that you want to wipe off, you can do that. So what I like to do is I then take my blender, and I'm just going to pat that wherever I want. Now, if you think about the dimensions of your face, you want to highlight the parts of your face where the sun naturally touches. So that would be like right around here in your forehead, down the bridge of your nose, your cupid's bow, right under here, and then under the eye. What I also like to do, I'm going to show you guys a quick hack that I like to do. I am someone who I used to contour a lot, right? Excuse me, and I don't contour anymore. But what I do is what's called reverse contouring. So you might be like, Jamae, what is reverse contouring? I'm going to show you. So if you know what contouring is, it's essentially when you take a deeper skin, deeper color than your skin tone, and you would carve out maybe like the hollows of your cheek, maybe around your neck, X, Y, Z. I want to look like I've been to the gym, even though I haven't, So what I've been doing is the reverse contouring method, which is essentially taking your brightening powder and then kind of going around the other areas. So I'm going to show you, as I think I can do this on camera. So again, gonna just go on and take a little bit again of the Sasha Buttercup, and then this is where your contour would go. You know where your contour go because it goes right under the hollows of your cheeks, right? So you just want to feel for your cheekbone, but you see how you have like all this extra space right here? We want to create light there. Makeup is all about lights and shadows. So I'm going to do that. Now, I know it looks scary, y'all. I know. Just stick with me. I promise. It's going to turn out fine, okay? So I would do that, and then I'm going to do it on the other side as well. Tap, tap, tap. And you guys see, ooh, this is a good example. You see how just by doing that, it created sort of like this dark shadow here. It looks like a contour. You know what I mean? And then what you would do then is then taking your brush, or again, you could take your Real Techniques brush like this. That set that I have in the carousel has a really good fluffy one that I would recommend. And now look at that. Look at that. You can't tell me I didn't go to the gym today, that I drank my water, I did not drink my water, and that I didn't lose 5 pounds because the weight is just off. It just does something to the face. You know what I mean? Look at it. It even makes my cheekbones look like they're more pronounced than what they really are. I mean, granted, I think I already have cheekbones, but like, you guys, do you see this? Like, come on now. So again, this is this is what's called reverse contouring. You can use this with any setting powder, but honestly, you want one that's a little bit lighter. I like to use yellow setting powders like the Sasha Buttercup because it's gonna kind of just wake the face up, and it's also gonna just add a little bit of color. But again, a little bit goes a long way. You guys see how big this is? I think I still have about this much in here, like all of this, and I have had this for years. And because it's not a liquid, it will last longer in your beauty closet. So if you guys have any other questions, particularly about this, if you find it intriguing or very interesting, let me know in the comments. I would love to know. So let's talk about some of the other products, other setting powders in particular that I really like. Another one is Huda Beauty. This is the one in shade Cinnamon Bun, and I'm gonna go on to show you guys. Now, the reason why I used 2 setting powders today is because I used the first one to brighten. So that was what we saw with the under eye, down the bridge of the nose, my forehead, chin, and then also this reverse contouring. But then this is what I would actually use to set the rest of my face, right? This is the part of the face that I have not highlighted, but it's the part of the face that I still want to be covered because I've put product there. And as you guys can already see, this is significantly browner and a little bit more close to my skin. Now, the good thing about a setting powder is you don't need it to be directly the same color as you, but you want it to like figure out exactly how you want it. So if you want it to, for brightening purposes, you would go with something a little bit lighter. If you want something that's gonna settle into the skin, something that's very similar. And what I like to do is, again, you can take your makeup sponges and you can set it. You can take a fluffy brush, like one of these that I have, and you can just kind of like buff it into the skin. Again, this is one of those I like to press and then swirl any excess off. But the Huda Beauty is also really great. I love that it's really, really pigmented, so you get a lot for just a little bit, and they're both really finely milled, so they don't feel cheap whatsoever, you know what I mean? Another one, which is actually the least expensive out of all of them, but she still packs a powerful punch, is the Cody Airspun Loose Face Powder. Right now it is $5.72 on Amazon, 18% off. And oh my goodness, it has over 94,000 ratings, guys. That's amazing. Like, what? I love these hero products on Amazon, especially Amazon Beauty, Amazon Fashion, that have just been around for years and people love them. People have loved this powder for years because of the fact that it is inexpensive and you get a lot of product, and it also just does what it needs to do. Now, I am going to go on and point out a couple of things. First of all, it does, even though it does not say it has a fragrance, there is a light fragrance here. It's very hard for me to place the fragrance. It almost feels like a mixture of like newborn baby and like rich money. Like old money. Like, you guys know what I'm talking about. When you've ever met someone of old money, like they have like a smell. Like, not a bad smell. It smells fresh. Again, it smells like a fresh, like a newborn baby. I don't know how to place it. I like it personally. And also, as someone who has sensitive skin, it does not break me out. So if you're afraid out there to put fragrances or anything like that on your face, you won't smell this once you place it. But I just like to put it out there because some people want to know what things smell like. Also, as you can see, she is very, very light. And so I'm going to be very honest with you all. And I hope you guys really, really hear me out when I say this. I was very afraid to use this product at first because I was not sure if it was black girl approved. And I can very much so say that she is. The thing is, you want to be very deliberate and intentional when applying. This is for all the setting powders in particular, but especially when you're working with a loose powder that is this light. Making sure that you go on and place it, putting a little bit, patting it in, letting it seep into the skin, and then going on. Again, this is one of those products that I really recommend because first of all, you get a lot of ounces out of here. You get 2.3 ounces, which I don't know if that sounds like a lot to you, but like when I look at this, like this whole thing for only $5.72, it's a win for me. Okay. And like she has over four stars and you know, on Amazon, and she has over 94,000 reviews. Don't play about the girl. All right, she knows what she's doing. I also really like that Cody Airspun has different colors, so you do actually have more shades. I know that they've introduced new shades over the past few years, especially for us brown girls. So definitely check them out. I would definitely say if you are balling on a budget, check out the Cody Airspun loose powder. But then also any of these powders are really, really great, and these are the ones that I have just personally sworn by and I really, really enjoy. And then the last one, but certainly not least, is the Fenty Beauty. You guys already know Rihanna does no wrong in my eyes. I love her, and I love what Fenty Beauty has done, not just for the black community, but then also in the beauty industry and shaking it up. Fenty Beauty really does represent diversity, equity, and inclusion, and what we can really do as an industry if we all just band together and really kind of centralize that. So big shout outs to Ree, but I really do like the Fenty Beauty. Now with this, you do get 28 grams or 0.98 ounces. So again, relative to 2.3 ounces, you can see why people go for the Cody Airspun. Just want to point that out. But the Fenty Beauty one, I absolutely love. I use this all the time to set the rest of my face. I have this in a couple of shades. This one in particular is honey. So again, you're going to get that kind of yellow pigment. But as you can see, it is not as yellow as the Sasha. I'm going to try to do a comparison, a side by side. Pray for me, y'all. Please, please, Lord, be with me. Okay. So this is the Fenty Beauty. As you can see, she's yellow, but she still has a little bit of brown in there. The Sasha is like a pure yellow. So if you are lighter than me, the Sasha would work really, really well. If you want a bright under eye or like highlighted areas, again, I would go for the Sasha. If you want to just set the whole face in general, I would probably go with the Cody Airspun because you can do a quick little brush off. But if you also want to set parts of your face, like for me, if I was doing this face again, setting like this part of my face, anywhere that I have not highlighted, I would go in with the Fenty Beauty. Now, one thing I want to quickly add is that the reason why I particularly love these four, you're going to get a lot of setting powders out there, right? There's a ton of setting powders out there in the world. There's a ton of everything out there in the world. But the reason why I particularly like these four is because of the formulation. I don't like putting powder on my face if it feels cheap or chalky, if it leaves really weird, you know, feelings or grime or anything like that, or if it like settles into the face and it changes my makeup. All of these have been really finely like milled and grained. I don't know how they did it, but they did it. So whether you're spending $5, you know, for the Cody Airspun, or you're spending $50 for the Fenty Beauty, they all have really, really great qualities and properties. Now, I will say that a setting powder, to me, the higher up you go, usually the better in quality, but the Cody Airspun is my one exception, okay? So I just want to go on and shout out those four that I absolutely love. You want a setting powder to set the face. This is what's going to help hold your makeup up all day long, especially when you're going outside and when you're in the heat, when you're sweating, etc. Okay? Cool. So after we've gone on and done all of that, we now want to go on and set everything. I know you're like, Jamae, good gracious, how many layers do we got going on? And I know it sounds like a lot, but if you think about it, I'm trying to give you guys as many workarounds as possible and any of these things that can work in your current beauty arsenal, okay? But always, 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 I have to set it with a spray. The Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray is currently $25.71, and that's for the full size. I'm going to show you guys the little travel one that I have because I just like the travel one, and I love throwing this in, and I take this with me when I go out. She's always in my purse, and the reason why is because you can constantly reapply a setting spray. What this essentially does is it, again, adheres all of your makeup and keeps it in place. So when you're finished, Before you go out, if you spray this down on your face, what it does is when it dries down, it locks the makeup into place. And the reason why, again, it's called the all-nighter is because this bad boy will make your makeup last for a long time, okay? Even if you have oily combination skin like me, even if you sweat like me, you will absolutely get a lot of wear by using this and reapplying. Now, the reason why I love this is because you can also use this later. So let's say, for instance, you're in the office, right? Or you're at church, or you're out with your girls or whatever, and you realize that the day is going to go a lot longer than you originally anticipated. You can go into the bathroom and you can set this on your face. If you have a beauty blender, a brush of something, you can go on and reapply. And what it does is it kind of gives your face a refresh. So I really do like this product because it kind of revitalizes my skin after a number of hours. As you all can probably imagine, at some point the makeup starts to sweat because I'm in front of all these lights and doing a lot of camera things. And, you know, I have like 4 lights on me right about now. So, I always like to see how can I make my makeup last. Now, one of the things I also love about this product is that you can spray your brushes so that as you're putting your powder on, you're getting like a 2-for-1. So literally what I would do, because I know I like to show examples for people, is let's say I was about to set this, right? Take my brush, take my spray, and then now the brush is slightly damp. Dip it into my powder and then bam, 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 bam. You can also do the same thing without even doing any product, right? So like right now I could touch up wherever I feel like my makeup is breaking up. I have smile lines, so might do a little bit of that. Might go down the bridge of my nose again, get a little bit rid of that shine. You guys saw that shine go away. Shine, girl, we are not friends, etc. And you can do this. And the great thing about this is that this product lasts for so long. I think they've done wear tests where people have been able to get their makeup uses of like 16, 17 hours. Now, I'm not saying you should keep your makeup on that long because I don't agree. But what I am saying is if you have a long day and if you're moving around or if you're outside and you need just a little extra coverage, that this setting spray is the best setting spray that I have ever used. And there are a lot of setting sprays out there, but again, like I'm just telling you, you know, I've been doing this for a while now, like, and a lot of people not touching the Urban Decay. So if you want to, you can go on and pick it up. It's $25.71. It is currently 22% off. Okay, so make sure you guys go on and pick it up. You can get it also in the travel size that I think you can also get through that link, and you can use it, you know, as its own standalone or with the powders as I showed you. All right, now cool. Now we've got the face done. All right, thank you guys so much for rocking with me. You guys have been doing great. We are coming up on time, so I'm gonna go on and quickly zoom through the last few products, okay? But I want to first give a shout out to the red lip girls. If you wear a red lip, let me know in the comments. I need to know that I am not the only one out here. Or if you haven't worn a red lip before, or if you don't wear a red lip, let me know why. Because I want to really understand. I know that there are all of these things that go around about people, like you can't wear it if you're a certain skin tone or if you have a certain size lip. I want y'all to know all of that are lies, okay? Every single person can wear a red lip. And I love red. Red is my favorite color. That's why I got the red nails. My toes are red. I'm not going to show y'all my toes because that would be a little weird on Amazon Live. But I love, love, love to wear a red lip. I feel like it's sexy. It's feminine. It's empowering. And it also just kind of brings the look together. So this makeup look, which is a very regular look, in my opinion, instantly feels more elevated when I put on a red lip. So I want to show to you guys quickly just a couple of the red lips that I like to use. Again, ask me any questions in the comments if you have questions about wearing a red lip, some of the things that you want to know a little bit more, etc. So the first one is obviously the OG. I don't have her on me right now, but I can attest that I have given MAC so much of my money. This is the MAC Matte Lipstick, okay? And this is one in the shade Russian Red and Ruby Woo. Now, anyone who has worn a red lip, especially if you are a black or brown girl, you have known about Ruby Woo for a very, very, very long time. A lot of people don't like it because they think that it's a little bit dry, and I will say that it is a little bit more on the dry side, but there are ways to get around it. First of all, your lips need to be hydrated. People are trying to put certain products on their lips and their lips are ashy and cracked, and you're wondering why the makeup and the lipstick is not adhering, and that is probably one of the reasons why. Go on and get you a nice little lip scrub. Go on and make sure that your lips are nice and soft. And then what I also like to do is put a little bit of a lip oil on. So don't worry. You can actually shop all of these things in my Amazon storefront. If you just go to amazon.com/shop/TheBlondeMisfit, you will be able to go and shop all of the products, even the ones that I'm not talking about today on this live. Just check under Beauty Essentials and I got you, okay? So after you've gone on and made your lips a really good foundation, then I would go in with something like a Ruby Woo. Now, Ruby Woo is not the only red out there, okay? You can have Russian Red, which is another red that I like from MAC. Chili, which is another one. Again, all of these are in my Beauty Essentials in my Amazon storefront, so don't worry, girl. I got you. Or boy, look, I love it. Makeup is for everybody, okay? But I just want you guys to know that you can make a red work for you no matter what. Now, you might be asking, Jamae, what do you have on your lips right now? And I'm so happy that you asked. I have currently the Lime Crime Velvet Lip. And, oh my gosh, guys. Oh, you know what? That was probably the product that fell. Remember when we first started the live and something fell? And I was like, oh, I don't know what that was. It was probably the lipstick. Anywho, okay, let's quickly talk about it. So this is the Lime Crime Velvet Lip. The shade in particular is in the carousel, like whatever is down there, that is the exact one that I have. And I really, really like this because, again, the doe foot applicator makes it so easy to get into like the crevices of my lip. You know what? Can I zoom you guys in a little bit? Can we get a little bit more intimate? I think we possibly could. I don't know. Okay, not that way. Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay. Getting kind of close here, close and personal. So this is the red lip, and I love it because I would not be able to get the closeness of this without the doe foot applicator. The doe foot applicator makes all of the difference, okay? Your MAC lipstick is a regular lipstick, and it still has like that pointed tip of a lip, but I love that the Lime Crime in particular does this. Now, this is what we would call like a dry down, a liquid matte. So what it's going to do is it's going to go on as a liquid, and then when it dries down, it will dry down where, you know, it doesn't even transfer. What the secret is to make this last is when you put it on, you want to make sure that you just kind of let it sit for a second. You can fan it. You can use that little cute little handheld fan that I showed you all in last week's episode. If you haven't checked it out, make sure you check out last week's live. You can watch all of my previous lives right there on my Amazon storefront. But I love these particular. They do not budge. They do not move. It does not matter how sweaty it is. I have eaten fried chicken with this lip, okay? I have eaten a lot of food and my lip still stays intact. And that's what it's about, because I want to still look cute after I leave the buffet. You know what I'm saying? So this is my favorite liquid matte. It is by Lime Crime, and currently it is $20 with over 6,000 ratings and review on Amazon. Make sure you go on and pick it up. And then also make sure you, connect with me on my other social media channels and send me a photo of you and your red lip. I would love to see it and gas you up because, again, I'm here to make everyone comfortable with wearing a red lip. And then the last one that I want to quickly shout out is the Stila Stay All Day Liquid Lip. Now, little birdie told me that a couple of politicians really love this color too. That wasn't shady. I mean, it's literally been confirmed that AOC loves this color, and I can see why. It is a true red, similar to this one by Lime Crime, and it's just really, really great for like that stay power. Again, it is a liquid lip, so you're going to go on and apply it. It's going to go on a little shiny and a little bit liquidy. You want to leave it for like a few minutes, and then it's going to set. I love these because what you can also do is, as you're kind of lining your own lip with the doe foot applicator brush, if you see that you need to touch up any other places, you can do that. And I've even seen some people, some makeup artists, use things like the Urban Decay setting spray to set their lips. Now, I have never done that, but what I have done in the past is like take a setting powder and also set my lips for additional coverage. Again, you don't necessarily need to do those things, but if you just kind of want full staying power, or if you're doing something like a segment, or you're going to be on camera and you really want to make sure that your makeup looks good, especially if you don't have any mirrors around to check on it, that's the secret. Okay, guys, so I hope you guys have enjoyed this live. I want to give a quick shout out to two last products that are not necessarily related to sweat-proof makeup things, but these are questions that I've been getting asked a lot over the last few weeks with my lives. Again, you can shop all of my favorite products in fashion, beauty, home, lifestyle, pet, workwear in my Amazon storefront. But I want to go on and quickly just like highlight like two quick products. So as you guys can tell, I have locks. And one of the things that always technically happens for me is I sweat my edges out. It has been like this since the dawn of time. I have no idea. My edges are just, she has a mind of her own, okay? And I have tried all of the different gels that are out there on the market. Literally, if you name me a hair gel, I have tried it. And I have personally found that a lot of them just don't work for me. I need something that is thicker, something that has a little bit more grip and hold, but also something that isn't going to weigh my hair down. Things that don't have alcohol in them in the formulation, because that can cause kind of dryness. It can make your edges kind of thin. And what we don't want are things like traction alopecia or just anything like that that's going to put kind of like a lot of gunk on our edges, right? So I have the secret for you. This is the gel that I use. Okay, look, like that's it. The Jouy Naturals My Gel, which is currently $9.90 on Amazon. This is the gel that I use, and I will always use it. Now, I have the big girl version right here. The one I'm showing you for $9.90 is like the mid-size version, although that lasts for a long time. This is the big girl version, all right? Because when I fell in love with this product, I said, oh, we got to lock this down. Literally, I have this and I carry it with me. I will pack, I will not. There is no other gel, in my opinion, that really touches this. And it's thick, it holds, it just shapes your edges so well. And if you're someone like me who sweats a lot, or your edges may be unruly a little bit, you might be wearing protective styles and you want to just tie your edges down and kind of like give your hair a refresh, get this gel. You will not be disappointed. The best part is I feel like the water is also one of the main ingredients in here, because it just breaks down so easily. It doesn't do a lot of product buildup on the hair or on the scalp. So if you're wearing braids or extensions or any type of hairstyle, really, you won't really have to worry about this building up, because that was one of the things that I was really afraid of for my locks, but it doesn't. So I just want to give this a quick shout out, because I know that it is summertime and all I got to do is stand outside for 5 seconds and my edges want to act some type of way. So if you also have to go through this problem, I just want to shout out, this is the gel that I use. It is the only gel that I use. The only. All right, I done talked about all these other products and all of the different ways you can do it and flip it and squeeze it and move it, okay? This is the only one that I use, and I swear by it, and I absolutely recommend it, and I always get it. I always get mine from Amazon, because that is where you can get it. So if you are in need of a good hair gel, this is it. $9.90 right now on Amazon for that size. And the last product, again, you all know that I have been recently trying to get my skin back on track after a huge breakout that I had months ago as a reaction to new medication that I was taking. It happens, right? We talked about hyperpigmentation and dark spots before. This is essentially when you get like these isolated dark spots that can happen from anything. They can happen from an acne breakout. They can happen from a flare up on your skin. And it's very, very natural, especially for people of color, especially darker pigments. We just hold different pigments in our skin, and it's natural. Now, you might be introducing different skincare products that are helping you with that. And I always say your makeup is only as good as the skin that is underneath it. It is so important for you to take care of skin. I can actually do another episode for you guys all about like skincare products I'm using specifically at night. If you would like to see that, let me know in the comments below. I would love to know if that's something you guys would be interested in. But one of the products that I really go hard for, and I've always gone hard for, but I've especially gone hard for over the past few months, is a toner. And not just any toner in particular, but one that specifically is going to brighten and then also help my skin. So I want to shout out my last product for you guys. This is the Bolden Skin Brightening Toner. Another Black-owned brand that, guys, let me tell you, there are only two toners that I use, and this is one of the two. The other one I'll save and I'll show you guys in another live. Although you could technically cheat and you can go over to my Beauty's Essentials over on my Amazon storefront and you can see it for yourself. But this, let me tell you about this one. This diminishes the appearance of dark spots. It tightens, breaks out, and it also controls oil and shine. So this is really great if you are someone who has oily skin. If you produce a lot of sebum, which is like the oil, that's the technical name for the oil that you produce. If you get a lot of acne breakouts, now I wouldn't necessarily recommend this if you have rosacea, so like that redness, inflammation. But if you have acne breakouts, or you know, you're trying to be preventative of acne, this is definitely a really great product. One of the reasons why it's so good, if you wanted to know, is because it has an ingredient in here called glycolic acid. Now, glycolic acid is an ingredient that you would use if you want to remove that top layer of dead skin. So you guys already know your skin cells are dead, right? The top layer is. But in order to kind of get rejuvenated, newer skin, or like, you know, like the collagen works, so you can get that beautiful, youthful, radiant, glowy skin, you have to remove that top layer first. And so you can use this. I use this every other day. I literally take this on like a cotton pad. These are the ones by Shiseido. I will never use another cotton pad. This is literally the definition of luxury to me, okay? This little pad. I cut it in half because they're expensive and I'm gonna get every bang for my buck. And I don't need this whole thing to do. I take this and I literally will just, after cleansing, I'll go on and swipe across my whole face, also on my neck because my neck does get oily. And I even have used this to treat breakouts on my body. So this is a really great product. And the last thing I'll quickly add to this is that well, two things I want to quickly add. One, because of the glycolic acid, I would definitely recommend this for nighttime use. You can use other toners for daytime, but this is the one that I definitely think that you should use if you are looking at nighttime. This is really great for getting your skincare routine in order, and then also making sure that you are removing everything, especially with makeup. Now, the one thing I want to say is that I love this product particularly because when you read the ingredients, you know everything that is in here. Or not everything per se, but a lot of these are very easily readable. And I think that as a consumer, that is so important, right? Like, think about how many beauty products that you've looked at before, and when you look at the ingredients, you have no idea what on earth it's saying. Like, you don't know what you're about to put onto your body. Now, I am not a clean beauty person because I do believe in chemicals and minerals and different things like that that are going to help the skin. But I really do appreciate knowing that I can read something and that I can kind of identify what I'm putting on my skin and my body. You know what I mean? So again, this is the Bolden Skin Brightening Toner. Diminishes the appearance of dark spots. It tightens and refines pores. It's going to help you get that more youthful, radiant looking skin, and also help remove dead skin, okay? So this is really great. Again, your skincare is super important and it starts from within first. So definitely pick this one up. It is currently $19.49 on Amazon, and it is so good. And if you also need some more nighttime skincare recommendations, definitely check out my first Amazon Live on my storefront. I talk all about products like my Olay Regenerist and the Dry Brush, just different things that you can really do for a decadent nighttime skincare routine. Cool. All right, guys, so that is all of my products. I know I talked to you guys about a lot of things, okay? But I wanted to give you guys options. I want to make sure that I'm being respectful of everyone's pockets, all right? And making sure that things are affordable. But, like, if you are a budget-friendly girl, I am here for it, okay? So if I had to choose one product out of all of these that I think you absolutely need to get, I wouldn't be able to. But a couple of products that I think are super standout are obviously their Milk Hydro Grip Primer. Make sure you go on and put a good layer on before you even start your makeup so that it adheres all throughout the day. The Milani Brow Pencil is going to forever be my favorite. I will stand by her till the test of time. Hopefully I can, you know, bring her with me when I go to heaven so that the brows are lit. And then also the ooh, this is hard. Like, I was trying to keep it at 3, you guys. I'm not gonna count the Bolden or my hair, because that one, those two are like sort of like standalones. But also yes, I would say definitely the Real Techniques sponges. It's so important for you to use good tools when you apply your makeup. Oftentimes that is the first thing that people mess up on, and they're trying to figure out what's going on. So anywho, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you all. Again, make sure you guys are following me here on Amazon. Go on and click that follow button down below so you do never miss a notification. Let me know if you guys would love to see any other content from me before I come live again. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And again, everything I talked about today will be shoppable down in the carousel below. You can also check me out at amazon.com/shop/TheBlondeMisfit. And you can shop all of my beauty, fashion, lifestyle, home, good, essentials, everything. And then last but certainly not least, make sure you go on and follow me on all my social channels, okay? I'm literally at The Blonde Misfit everywhere, and I would love to see what you guys purchase from Amazon, okay? So anyway, guys, I will see you all in the next episode. Love you all so much. Stay blessed and have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Now go on and get to shopping, all right? Go on. I'll wait right here. I love it. Bye.